Welcome back, friends. This side Sonia here, and we are back with another session. And I have something exciting to show you today. So I'm just waiting for a few more people to join us for our session. If you have already joined us, please do comment here so that I know that you guys are live here and so that you guys are watching us. I still can't see any messages. Hi, Deepika. The only reason why I'm asking you to comment is so that I know that you guys are watching us. Hi, Chitra. Hi, Anju. Hello, Kini. Hi, Amu. Hi, Hajira. I know this is the last moment change. Like I had planned to do a live session on my YouTube video, but then I asked few of you guys, and I just felt that you guys are more comfortable on Facebook. So yes, please do let me know that for the future projects, which is the platform where you want me to do the live sessions? Is it the Facebook page or my YouTube channel? And yes, today we are going to do something really interesting, but this is one of the project which I wanted to show you. Video is going to be live on my YouTube channel for this one. I will not be publishing this video on my Facebook page right now. So yes, this is a beautiful vintage rustic mixed theme tray which I have already done. And yes, this is going to be a beautiful and a very interactive video which is there which will be up on my channel by tomorrow. Okay girls, I got it. There are so many requests for the Facebook live sessions. So yes, I will be doing live sessions on Facebook mostly, but on and off I'll be doing some on YouTube also if you are following me there. Okay, so this is one of a beautiful rustic vintage tray which I have done, and the video is almost done with the editing part. So mostly I will be publishing this video by tonight or by tomorrow evening on my YouTube channel. That's in the name of Growing Craft, and this looks absolutely gorgeous. Girls, in our last session we did this mixed media envelope. We are ready with our kits, and if you have not placed order for your kit, please do let me know if you want this one. You can always connect us on our contact number, that's 9967781015, where I can share all the details of this kit. Yes, you heard me right. All these kits are ready with us to create this beautiful mixed media envelope. Okay, now I've already mentioned that we are going to have this tray video on my YouTube channel today or by tomorrow, and this all the kits of our diffuser kits are ready. Our mixed media envelope kits are ready. So if you want it, you can connect with us on WhatsApp. So now today we are going to play around with a wooden block piece. Now this was requested by so many of you that how, if you don't want to buy a nameplate base, if you have some of the rustic or the left out pieces of the wood, how to use it. Now this is a leftover piece of a some carpentry work was going around on my at my neighbor's place, and I just picked up a few of the pieces, and this is one of them. Now this is a plywood piece, and I know all of us love wood effects, and today we are going to do wood effect. But before doing that, we need to work on something else, and for that I will be needing my other supplies. Now this is my sheet, and this is the molded clay, or if you don't want to use this, then you can even use your air dryer clay. So it's completely optional, like whichever you want to use. So I will be using my air dry clay, but like I mentioned, if you want, you can use Fevicryl molded also. Girls, please do share this video as much as you can so that more people can join us for our sessions. Now I already have this welcome text with me. As you can see, I've already taken the printout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take any of the, you can take any of the transparent plastic sheets. Let me just check if these ones will work. Yeah, okay. This goes perfectly here. So I will be using this OHP sheet, and the supplies what I am using here is already mentioned on my Facebook page post, so you can check it there. I'll just cut this down so that it will be easy for me to handle it. So today we will be doing Fox wood effect on any of your ply or your cardboard pieces. But before that, we need to make sure that we have some nice sentiment to stick on our board. Yes, both of them are same, but like it depends on you, whichever you want to use. I have used molded also earlier. I have used the air dry clay also, and they work perfectly fine. So you can choose any of these. So today's video is more about how to give your Fox wooden effect. Fox wooden effect, when we say, that means how to give an artificial wooden effect. So this is a plywood piece. Likewise, you might be having any of the plastic sheets or any of your regular tables on which, if you want to give your effect of wood, then you can easily do it. Right now I am just prepping up my clay so that I can add some nice text to my base. So this is more than a nameplate. This is more about how to create the Fox wood effect. Girls, please do share this video as much as you can. And yes, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that. I'm sure you are going to really get inspired and you will learn something new on our channel too. Now here I'm just tracing up my alphabets here. Okay, so I have taken up a air dry clay, and now with my palette knife I'm going to cut this. So what I have done is I have taken up a printout, and then I have taken up an transparent sheet. So the sheet what I'm using here is usually called as an OHP sheet. So you can get this at any of the stationery shops nearby. And anyways, we am sharing all the links to buy these supplies, and the links are already mentioned on my Facebook page, so you can check it there. Okay, so here I'm just tracing this one, and you can see that how nicely it is coming out. Make sure you do this on a plastic sheet so that it's easier for you to take out everything. Okay. I will share all the links of these supplies once I am done with my video tutorial. I have already shared few of the links. I have got everything. So I hope video is clear, girls. Please do let me know if my video is not clear so that I can help you out if required. And yes, the supplies, whatever I'm using here, is going to be there on my Facebook page. So the clay what I'm using here is an air dry clay. If you want, you can use Fevicril molded also. It's purely your choice that which supply or which brand material you want to use. and wherever I need to cut it, I'm using my palette knife. If you want, you can use any of the sharp knife or blade, even that is also absolutely fine. I'll just thin this down. So usually air dry clay takes good enough time to dry out. So that's the reason we are doing this now, so that once our fox wood effect, till then this can dry out. Okay, so here we are done. I'll just keep this inside so that we can start with our remaining finishing work. Now here now with my fingers I will just give it a bit of shape, and I will try out to shape this really well, and this is going to be on the top of our plate. Okay, so here we are done. Now let me take this out because I just felt that this was not going well. And now I'm making my O a little bigger, and this is done. Okay, now I am going to keep this aside so that it dries out, and when this dries out, then we are going to work on our medium. Now I'll just do one thing very quickly. I'll run my palette knife. I'm doing this just because I don't want my alphabets to stick completely on my plastic sheet, because we need to take this out and then stick it. If you don't want to use your air dry clays or anything, then you can always use your painting work. You can even do the painting work. Okay, so yes, here we are done. Now I'm going to keep this aside. Now we will start with our wood effect. And yes, now for that we need a tool, and this is the magic tool what we use for giving the fox leather effect. So yes, this tool has two different variations. Like this is one of the effect, what the grainy effect what you can do, and this is the actual one which really helps in giving you the wood effect. Now for this I want to play around with some nice color, and I'm again going to show you all the color blending techniques. Like there's no compulsion that here you have to use your acrylic paints or chalk paints. No, it's not that. It's completely your choice that what kind of color combinations you want to play with. Now I'm going to take up a nice flat brush, and we need to play around with some really nice colors. And let me take up this one. Okay, so here I have taken a flat brush. The reason why I love using flat brush is because it really helps in giving a nice effect to your base. Now I am not using any of my prepping up material here. Okay, why? Because like I said, we want to give a wood effect, and wood has all the natural colors, and I'm anyways using a wood piece. This is actually a plywood piece what I'm using right now. So I'll just take up my water, I'll just dip my brush so that my color blending works become easier. Now this is a jar which has all the mixed colors, whatever I have been always left over with. So I'm just going to dab some of the colors here, and now very quickly I'll start smudging my colors. Now here I have taken brown acrylic paint, yellow chalk paint, and the another greenish shade of acrylic paint. The color choices is completely yours. I did not want it to go for the typical dark brown shade. That's the reason I'm combining these shades, so that once we do our wooden effect, it looks good. Now for this, I have not even prepped up my base at all. Why I have not done that? Because I wanted to keep this very much natural, very much rustic. Okay. So now this looks beautiful. This color is actually looking so nice and so amazing. I'm quickly going to do my coloring work on my sides too. Now here I'm not following any particular pattern. Why I'm not following it? Oops, sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm not following any pattern like the horizontal lines or the vertical lines, because I just want to make sure that my colors have mixed up well, and I just want to make sure that my sides have good same color as my base. Now we have to work with the Fox Wood Effect tool. All these supplies are mentioned, the links of all these supplies are mentioned on my Facebook page already, so you can check that. Just in case if you have any queries, you can always comment on any of my YouTube videos and I will be more than happy to help you all. Girls, a small request: whenever you have any queries, please comment on any of my YouTube channel, cause there I am very much active when it comes to replying to any of the queries, and that becomes easier for me. I know it's a little difficult, it might be a little difficult for you, but I miss out so many messages here on Facebook, on WhatsApp. So yes, if you have any queries, you can always comment on any of my YouTube videos. To check for my YouTube videos, you can always search for Growing Craft and you can find us there. Very quickly, we are just finishing off with the coloring part. So here in this one, we have combined acrylic paints and chalk paints both. They are very different. It's not that they are same, they are really different. And yes, we very soon we are going to come up with a video on telling you all the differences between the chalk paint and the acrylic paints. If you want that video, please do let me know. No, this is not oil paint, this is acrylic color and chalk paint. Okay, so here we are done. Now very quickly I'll run my heat gun because we have to dry this to move on to the next step. Like I said, we are going to do the Fox wooden effect, that is artificial wooden effect. So I'm using my heat gun here. If you don't have a heat gun, you can let it dry naturally. Hair dryer is something which you can use, but hair dryers and heat guns are completely different. I've already done a video on that how hair dryers and heat guns are different. You can check that video on my YouTube channel. And this has almost dried out. So once again I'll repeat, I have used my chalk paint and my acrylic paint on this one. I have combined both of these shades, the different kind of colors what we use, and yes, they look absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. Girls, please do share this video as much as you can so that it's a help for me. And yes, we are having a huge giveaway on our Facebook page again, and that's a very good news because I'm so excited that again I will get to share some of my favorite goodies and supplies with you all. So please do participate. Okay, so now my base layer has almost dried out. Okay, now it's time to play around with one more coat of color. Okay, so what I'm going to do is very quickly I will be pouring this brown color, which looks very much like a wood color, and I'm brushing it off. And you need to make sure that you apply a generous amount of color here. It should be in a good quantity so that whenever you use your tool, you can see the effect clearly. Okay, I'm adding some more color here and there. Very quickly, you have to be a little quick because we don't want our colors to dry out till when we are doing this work. So this is all about doing a fox wooden effect. Fox wooden effect means this artificial wooden effect on this. So you can do this technique on any of the surfaces. Now here I want to add some black color, and yes, just take some of the black color and I'm going to very quickly spread it. Okay, not too much of black, friends. And let me run this. This is only just to make sure that you can see the effect work clearly. And now it's all going to be on the tool, that how my color looks. Okay, now this is the tool, and what you need to do is you need to start from one corner, okay, and take it straight, curve it, and can you see this? So this is one tool. I have already shared the link of this tool on my Facebook page. You need to take it straight, curve it, straight, curve it, and this is done. No, this is not wood. This is a piece of plywood. This is not the real wood, and that's the reason we are giving this effect on our panel. And can you see this, that how nice this looks? Okay, so all this what we could do was with this one single tool. I have already mentioned the link of this tool on my Facebook page so that you can buy this online. And right now I think Amazon has some offer in this one, so it is I think it's there for 250 or 300, lesser than 350 for sure. So you can buy this supply. The link is already there on our Facebook page. So yes, with this we have given our wooden effect. Now very quickly we will be drying this up so that we can play around with some other material. And I have something really interesting to show you all. Now for the side colors, I'm just rubbing off the same excessive color on the sides. Like I said, we want this to look very much natural and rustic, and that's the reason we will be not doing any more color work, but we will be playing around with other supplies too. Yes, this looks absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you a close-up of this. Can you see the effect? Can you see the lines? This looks beautiful. This is one of my favorite things. I have already done a nameplate with this tool. The video is already there on my channel. And now one thing, why do we need to have 2-3 layers of colors? Because we want to have this effect. Now if you see on the base, what we had done is we had done the mixture of green, the yellow, brown, these two shades, and then on the top of it we did just the brown color, and then on the top of it we did our black and brown. So this is how this beautiful color looks. Girls, please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's in the name of Growing Craft. And yes, we love seeing your artwork. If you want to share any of your artwork or your beautiful handmade goodies picture, you can always share that on our Facebook page. That's in the name of Growing Craft on Facebook, and we would Absolutely love to see your artwork. The paints what I've used here are chalk paint and acrylic paints. If you don't have chalk paints, you can use your acrylic paints. But yes, there is a difference in chalk paint and acrylic paint, and very soon we are going to come up with a video showing all the differences between the chalk paints and acrylic paints. Yeah, now we are still going to work so much on this board, so yes, you need to stay tuned till end for this session. I'm just trying to make sure that everything dries out well. So now my names have almost dried out. They have not dried out completely, but they have almost dried out. So what I'm going to do is I'll just shift this up. Let me take this down, and now I'll just try to shift this and see if this comes out properly. Otherwise, I can always use my palette knife. So usually this clay sticks to your base, but here we don't want that, and that's the reason I'm going to pick up one alphabet at a time. Okay, now I'll put it upside down, and I'm going to have my adhesive here. And now we will stick this one. Yes. I'm doing this not on a particular center. Why? Because I have planned to do some other work here. Now I'll just pick this up. And here you need to make sure that this sticks really well to your base. Okay, and I'm doing this when still my mold is wet. This has not dried out completely. If you are confused that if it's going in a straight line or not, then you can always keep a scale for your reference so that it becomes easier for you. So today we are doing a fox leather name plate, and for that I have used a beautiful tool. If you are late for this session, you can always check this video later on again. Okay, I need to stick this one first. And for your reference, you can always keep a scale so that it becomes easier for you, that how much space you need to have from the bottom. Okay, so here we are done. Okay, now this is done. I need to take up the extra adhesive which is there. So I'm taking a flat brush and I'm removing everything. Now when you are doing this ceramic sticking work, you need to make sure that your base color has dried out completely. So please be assured of that. And yes, this foxwood effect is super easy. I have already shared how to do that. You can buy that tool. It's not costly at all, and I'm sure you all are going to love this. Okay, now I'm just doing a bit of finishing work here so that there are no joints visible, and anyways rest of the things will be taken care when I am going to do my coloring work. Of course we are going to do coloring work on this one. Girls, please do share this video as much as you can. It is going to be a huge help for me. And yes, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please check that in the name of Growing Craft. We are there on Instagram. We are there on Facebook. We also have a Facebook Facebook group where we encourage all the newcomer artists to come and share their artwork, and I'm sure you will be happy to see that there are so many people appreciating our work, and that's really, really encouraging. Now I need to play around with some other supplies. Now for this nameplate, I am thinking of using the same yellow color. So I will take up an acrylic block. I'll put up some color here. Okay. And now with a round brush, I will color my names. The tool what we have used here, let me show you again. Let me just clean it up because I put that in a bucket of water. Let me dry this up. Okay. So this is the tool what we have used for the wooden effect. I've already shared the link from where you can buy this. This comes in a very, very like right now I think Amazon has some nice offer on this one. So this is lesser than for I think $3.50 for sure. So with that you can always give a nice wooden effect on any of your bases. It's not that you have to take a plywood piece or a plastic piece or anything. On any flat surface you can give a nice wooden effect. Right now I'm doing my chalk paint work on my alphabets, and if by chance I do any of the coloring work on my base with a wet another clean brush, I will clean it up quickly. Okay. This tool is not very costly, so buying this is not a bad deal at all. I always regret that why I didn't bought these supplies earlier, because I felt that it might like how many times am I going to use it, but once you see the effect of this you will regret that why you didn't bought this supply earlier. So yes, that's the reason I'm insisting that if you want to buy the supply, do check the link which I have mentioned on my Facebook post, and I'm sure you are going to love it. Now the color what I'm using right now is chalk paint, and I'm trying to cover up my complete alphabet with this. Please don't add water to your chalk paints. I prefer not to when I'm doing my solid coloring work. When you are doing the blending work, it's absolutely fine. But if you are doing a solid coloring work, please don't add water to your paints. Okay, so I am going to keep this a little rustic. I have not covered it completely. If you see from the sides, you can see the actual color of this on most of the areas, but then it's absolutely fine. Now with a wet brush, very quickly I'll clean up all the excessive colors, and this is the coloring part is done. Now we still have to play with so many things right now. Now again I will be needing my heat gun to try this up. Yes, I have already shared the link of all these supplies on my Facebook page, so you can check that. Yes, I hope you all know about our Facebook group, that's in the name of Growing Craft, and you also know about our YouTube channel where we love sharing all the crafting videos. At the starting of this session, I have shown you that how to make a tray. That video is already going to be live on our YouTube channel. And yes, we are coming up with so many interesting videos. I have used an air dry clay to make the names here. For the wood effect, I have used a wooden effect tool, the Fox wooden effect tool. I have already shared the links already on my page. Now we are going to take up our modeling paste. How to use a modeling paste, that I have already discussed earlier. How to make your own modeling paste, that also we have already discussed on our previous videos. So yes, you can check that. I have also recently posted a video on how to make your own gesso tool, so please do check that video also. I'm just trying to figure out which stencil to use. Like I said, I have a huge collection of stencil and this is so confusing for me right now. Okay, so I have decided that I'm going to use this one. Now I will take up my palette knife. I've taken up a small palette knife here and we will be adding some nice texture to it. If you have missed out this video, do not worry. We are going to share all the video links on our Facebook page so that you can buy all these supplies. And girls, the kit for our DIY diffusers is already ready with us. So if you want to buy that, please connect with us on our WhatsApp number. Okay, now I'm just adding some texture work here. So this is completely optional. If you are happy with the work what we have done till now, you can leave it as it is, but I wanted to play around with some more colors and textures. So that's the reason I am adding some texture work here and there. Like I said, this is completely optional. If you want, you can chuck this part completely. So adding few more textures here and there. For this you will be needing the modeling paste. How to make your modeling paste, that video is already there on our YouTube channel, Facebook page, and you can find us anywhere in the name of Growing Craft. So we are also there on Instagram. If you have not followed us, follow us on Instagram too. Okay, so here we are done with our white texture work, the modeling work, and again we will be needing our heat gun. No, heat gun and the hair dryer are two complete different things. Please do make sure that you don't use your heat guns for drying your hairs. It's just going to ruin everything. Anusha, you can this video is going to be there on my page. So once we are done with this session, then definitely you can check this session from the starting. And yes, I have already done another video with the similar kind of nameplate. The video link is there on my Facebook page. You can find another wood grain effect nameplate on YouTube. You just need to search for Growing Craft there. So here I am trying to dry out my modeling paste. Neha, I have already mentioned all the supplies, whatever we have used here, in a post on our Facebook page. So you can check our page and you can click on all those supplies to buy them directly. And yes, like I said, the wood effect tool is really amazing. Please do try that. Please do try that. I'm sure you are going to love that. Girls, I might miss out your queries. I might miss out your messages here. So please do make sure that you comment on any of our YouTube videos and I will be more than happy to reply and solve your queries, and I'm going to love that. Now before we move on to the next step, we need to make sure that everything has dried out well. Okay, now on our texture work, we are going to play around with our same chalk paint. So what I have done here is that I am just added like a bit of water here, and I have taken up a cotton cloth with me, and now I'll brush this up on my nameplate. Now very softly I'll damp this. Okay, now when you are doing this process, you need to make sure that your texture paste has dried out, but not completely, because we want to give it a nice rustic work effect. So here I am just brushing off my chalk paint. I have added a bit of water because we don't want a solid color on this, and dabbing this one. Okay, now can you see that how beautiful this looks? Now we will be adding a bit of brown color here too. Add a bit of water to it. And now we will be doing up this color here. And again with a clean cloth, dab it. Just take out all the excessive color. And if your texture work is wet, if you use your napkin on the top of it, it's going to leave a very nice effect on this. Now can you see that how nicely our chalk paint and our acrylic color have blended so well? Now why we are adding brown color to this is because we just want to make sure that it mixes well, it blends well. Now here is a very important technique which I absolutely love and which you should always try. Now let me take up, so this is a plastic sheet on which we had written our welcome. So I'll just cover up everything here, and now we will be taking our white gesso. If you don't have a gesso, you can always take your white acrylic color, but do try this technique. This is going to give a nice look to your project. Now let me take a nice round brush. So here on the clean surface, I'm taking my white gesso. Once again, I'm repeating, if you don't have a gesso, you can always take up your white acrylic color. It's absolutely fine. There is no compulsion that you have to use your gesso only. Now here what I have is a heavy gesso, so that's the reason I'll have to add a little more water to it. Now few of the brands like the Camel gesso and all, they are thin as compared to this one, so you can always add a little lesser water to it. And now we are going to splash our white color. Let me add some more water to it, and we will doing the splashing of white color on the board. So I hope all the process was clear. Just in case if you have missed out on any of the part of this, don't worry, this video is going to be there on our page, so that you can use it later, like watch this later on also. And girls, once again, I have already told you that our DIY diffuser kits are ready. If you want to place an order, you can connect with us on WhatsApp. Our mixed media envelope kits are also ready with us, so you can always connect with us on WhatsApp and we can share that with you. So here my welcome board is ready. Now here I have done a welcome text. If you want, you can write the names, your surnames, and it's ready to go. Now very quickly I'll do my heat gun work. so that later on we can use our varnish. Varnishing is a very important technique here. Let me just show you that how our texture work, the modeling work looks on the top of this. So with just one tool you can get this nice wooden effect. Can you see all these grains and lines here? So with just one tool we have got this effect, and this looks absolutely gorgeous. Now if you want, you can do the gold foiling work on this, the gliding work. If you want, you can just leave it with the natural wood color. That would have looked even beautiful also. So it's completely up to you that how you want to play around with your supplies. Now I just felt that I should add some flowers to it. So now what I'm going to do is I will be adding some of my nice paper flowers to complement my color combination. Now for this, let me choose some of the pretty flowers which we can stick on this. And here I have chosen these two colors, the orange and the brown shade, and now we will cut these flowers. Let me trim down these flowers. I don't want too much of floral thing here, so I think having just few flowers is going to help. And I don't want the typical floral welcome board. So this is something which you can use for the exterior or for the interiors of your house. You can even use these boards for your indoor decor work. Okay, and now this is done. So here is a very quick tip. Take a paint brush, any of the fine paint, the thin paint brush, twist these strings. I hope this is visible. I hope, is it visible, girls? Yeah, so yes, twist it and you can see this beautiful flower. Okay, now here we will be doing the same with all the flowers, and the strings look absolutely beautiful. Let me just show you again. Take a paint brush or any of the sticks and twist your flower stem. So we are going to do this with all the flowers, and this gives a nice twist to your flowers. Let me just do a few more so that I can show you. If you want, you can trim it down, it's absolutely fine. If you want to give this effect, even this looks beautiful. This is one of my favorite thing to add a new twist to your any regular paper flower. Girls, I would remind you again, our DIY diffuser kits are ready with us. If you want to buy that, you can just connect with us on WhatsApp number. And yes, even the kits for our mixed media envelopes are also ready. So can you see that how beautiful this flower looks with this? The name of our YouTube channel is in the name of Growing Craft. You can find us on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, everywhere. Even the Pinterest also. You can find us in the name of Growing Craft. Okay, now I just have one more piece to go. Okay, so this is done. All these flower work is done. Let me start sticking this. So I will start with my brown shade flower. You can use any of the colors and shades. I did not wanted to use the yellow color, but if you love yellow color, you can always use that. If you want to play around with any other color combination, you can use that too. Now let me add some more glue gun, and let me add a stick to this one. Yes, and now we will be adding some more flowers around this. Like I said, you can always play around with the colors, whichever the color combinations you want. It's completely your choice. Now I will be adding some of the leaves too, to give it a more natural look, but here I just feel that my leaf size is too big, so I'll just trim it down. Okay, and now I will stick it like this. So with one leaf I am adding 2 leaves around it. So here, if you don't want to add your paper flowers, you can always look up for some nice other colors or any other embellishments, and even they will also look beautiful. Okay, now I think I should add some more flowers on this side. So let me take up some more paper flowers. If you want, you can make your own flowers with your ceramics. The video is already there on my YouTube channel, that how to create beautiful flowers with ceramic. So very little flowers on the other side. This is just to show you that yes, you can play around with the flowers, and you can always have different supplies whenever you are making your name plates or the welcome boards. So yes, let me add some flowers here. And here I am using my glue gun to stick these flowers, and I'll take one more piece of leaf and I'll add it here. So like I mentioned earlier also, this is completely optional. If you want, you add the flowers. The only reason why I'm adding flowers is because I wanted to show you that you can work around with these supplies also. So here we are done, and now what we need to do is we need to add up our varnish. So the varnish what I'm going to use here is my water-based varnish from Asian Paints. I have already explained about this to all of you, that how varnish is important. And yes, the supplies of all the links, the link of all the supplies are already there on my Facebook page, so that you can buy all these supplies sitting at your home. So girls, yes, earlier we had done the DIY diffusers. The kits are already available with us, so you can let us know on our WhatsApp number if you want the kits. And yes, even the mixed media envelope kits are also available with us. Now let me add some varnish to our flowers. This is just going to make sure that it lasts longer. And whenever you are doing your varnish work, you need to make that you have a good 2-3 coats of varnish. And before each coat of varnish, you need to make sure that everything has dried out well. Okay, so here we are done with this welcome board. So yes, our welcome board is done. This looks absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, and I really hope that you all liked it. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's in the name of Growing Craft. Please do not forget to follow our page, and yes, please do not forget to get the kits for your DIY diffusers and your mixed media envelopes with us. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. Bye bye.